Okay. Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, February 10th, 2025. My name is Joseph. I'm with Smart Money Traders. We're going to be looking at the market live together today as we start the week. This is for educational purposes only. There's no recommendation to buy or sell any futures contracts or foreign exchange. Trading is difficult and risky, so definitely make sure you have the proper knowledge and proper capitalization before you start trading. With that said, we're going to dive in real quick in this market. So overnight, I know Trump announced some 25% tariffs on, I think it was steel. With that said, the market opened really pretty bullish yesterday. Market gap down. Gonna open the 30-minute here. That's the ES, which is primarily what I trade. Also, we're gonna look at the NQ as well. Market open really gap down, but the gap down didn't last much. I mean, they immediately started buying, and right now we're at a resistance area. We're at a resistance area right now, which was put in on this chart a while ago now. So they immediately started buying at the open, which this is what we're having now. We're having a little bit of selling coming in the market right now. But honestly, I think we're going to probably touch this band at 57. I definitely would want to see this market go a little further down before buying it. Or based on how the price action is going, we'll be selling for the open here. But that's something we have to wait to see if this market's going to be selling off. But it was surprising to me that we gapped down that way and there was no follow through. Because I think they gapped down because of the tariff talks, but there was no follow through on that. So let's look at the NQ. I'm sure the NQ is probably a similar situation. Yeah, NQ had a bigger tail here. There was a bigger wick on the 30-minute, but same scenario we're looking at. Honestly, here we could easily put a little zone right here, and this is where we at. We just book it. We're on top of it, and we have a 30-minute fair value gap here. So we definitely have potential to go higher here in this market. I wouldn't be surprised if we go higher. Good morning. If you just joined the stream, thank you so much for your support. But looking at this market here, definitely the open was. They close this gap real quick and they keep going higher. So to me, this market is bullish, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some bearish movement at the open here. We're approaching resistance on the NQ. We already had resistance in the ES. So I would definitely be careful buying so high. And this market's already moved. When I look at the NQ probably already moved. Wow. The NQ already moved over 300 points, over 300 points. Actually, more like over 350. That's the range already. So NQ can be definitely a wild animal, a wild child, I call it. And here we're looking at the ES. So already moved, yes, almost 75 points range already on the ES. And when I'm looking at the ES here, let me just go back to the middle chart. Over the last 10 days, that's basically what the ES has been moving. That's what's in averaging. So ES already made its daily average range over the last 10 days. Same thing over the last 5 days. So here we're looking at, almost. So market's about to open in about a minute or less than a minute, actually. So we'll see what happens. But let me know in the chat what you're trading, what you're looking to do today. Buying, selling. On Mondays, we definitely want to be more careful because Mondays is like market's taking off. Volume is usually lower, except when you had the DeepSeek thing. When you have catalysts like DeepSeek or tariffs, market, definitely can be a little more volatile. But right now we see some selling coming in, some aggressive selling. So 5 seconds to the market, open here, 2 seconds. Oh, there you go. We off to the races here. So probably see back and forth here or push one or the other. Well, let's see what happens here. But again, we don't take a position. The earliest we're going to take a position is 9:35. So we have to let the market settle here, but definitely there's potential for this market to go lower. We're above the VWAP and we're above the VWAP here. So VWAP definitely can serve as a support, and we got some support zones right here. So I'd say another 10 points here down. That can be see a bounce in it. So definitely look into, market was bullish overnight, and this usually happened at the open. Wherever the market was overnight, they try to fade it first and then go higher. That's what just happened here. Let me check my. Okay, looks like we're trying to push lower here. I said definitely wouldn't want to be buying this high. And I think they may come back around the VWAP here, 68, and bounce it higher. So let me know in the chat however you're seeing the market. Are you bullish or bearish? At this very second, I think I'm bearish, but I think overall the market is bullish. Also, could it be a trap? We see that happen quite often when they move the market one way and they trap the people they want to trap, and then they go the other way. Mondays, definitely, it's like a plane taking off. You're going to see a little head fakes and this market. So let's see. This one's definitely pushing lower here. It's 9:35. I'll wait and see here. And it's bouncing higher, but at the same time, ES is going lower. Definitely not. Typically, we know the NQ reacts a little faster than the ES, so meaning here we may see some up move in the ES as well. That's the NQ just being the NQ, which is jump up and down real fast. I don't know if you guys watched the Super Bowl last night. Man, it was a very one-sided. There was no drama, really. By the time the first quarter was done, we're like, okay, this game is definitely going to be looking like it's a one-sided game. Okay. ES is approaching that VWAP we talked about. So, see if we can see a bounce around that level here. If we see a bounce on the ES, but definitely looks like he wants to go lower. Let's see if we're gonna hit this spot here on the support and see what it does. Yeah, talking about the Super Bowl, it was very, very one-sided yesterday. If you're a Philly fan, congratulations. Yeah, they had an opportunity to make history last night, but they didn't show up. I'm not complaining about that because I'm a Pats fan. Either way, yeah, it looks like we're having some the sellers are still here on the ES. So hitting the VWAP right now, looks like. So we're right on the VWAP if you look at the top left, so we could see a bounce in this area. We may see a bounce right here. As you can see, there's some, we see a reversal bar here on the 15 range. Definitely not too, if we don't make a no low here, we bounce higher. We might try an order to go long here with 73, but doesn't look like we're gonna do that. The thing to here, if we don't go higher, if we go lower like this, and the order would have canceled anyway, could this be the place here for them to? Yeah, we got 71.25. I'm not sure what's going on here. How come I cannot see? Okay. I'm gonna have a tight stop on this. Maybe right below this swing at 78. I'm not sure what's going on. How come this doesn't show here? Oh, that's probably why. Okay. We might get taken out here, but again, it'll be for a short. For a small loss, we got taken out here. Put our hand in the cookie jar and we get weeks. Okay, I think we should try this again. Timing is everything in trading. Let's see here. Yeah, what level here? Let's try this again. It doesn't work, but we got taken in here. All right, got taken out, a break even. It's okay. Yeah, we're gonna let this range settle here. Above this range, we might go long. But it looks like we're ranging at the moment here. So far we got 2 trades in. 2 quick trades actually, 1 loser and 1 break even. See if we can break this range. If we break this range, we might want to go higher. And below this, where can we go? Maybe we go to this next resistance zone. Might start below here. If we were to lose this trade, that particular situation point, we're going to say, hey, you know what? We're not seeing this market the right way. We may just even stop trying to trade here. Because this is definitely a zone of support. If they're breaking that, they keep breaking it, we're not going to be playing anymore. We're not that all my mentors, we're going to pack our toys and go home, because this zone cannot hold here. We're not seeing it right. And this is the thing too with trading. Sometimes it's when you don't have it, you gotta recognize that early. You know, we're trying to get an extended move here. We're trying to look for 10, 11 points here on this move. So because of that, we're gonna give it some more room to move here. It's gonna come back down and do all kind of stuff. So let's see. Yeah, see, I mean, they're gonna come back down and try to tag you out. Because if you're a week long here, they want you out before they move it higher. But if we get a new high here, we're gonna move our stop to break even. If we want to make a new high, like set above 75, that's what they try to do. Above 75 here, we're gonna move to break even at that particular junction. But here they're still trying to play around. Maybe 7, it could be a place that they tap again here. But let's see. Well, look at what they're doing now. Yeah, this is what they do. They come in, and I truly believe here we have a chance to go higher, but also they may flush down here too. Let's just wait and see. Get to 75 and we'll move to break even. At this point, we can probably time a stop to 69 and a quarter here. Because if they come back down here, I think I may want to be out of this trade, which would be 3 points. You know, there you go. We're pushing higher. So you gotta know the kind of games that they play. I mean, we got in. I would say at a weak position because it was kind of away from the VWAP. So they're gonna come back to the VWAP and play like this. So looks like we're gonna tag us out here. I think the low is 67 3/4. But I tick before the low of that swing. Once again, we may be taken out here, but doesn't look too good. See what the other floor is doing here. In trading, you can't be afraid to lose. That's just losing is part of the deal. Yeah, if we can push higher here, above 75, that'd be interesting. We're close to the top of the hour here. So what I'm gonna do, because we're close to the top of the hour, if we push higher here, great. If not, we're gonna reduce our risk. But we're gonna just risk 2 points instead of the 5. So there you go. So we're above 75 now. I did say I was going to move my stop to break even. But because this market is so whippy, I'm just going to give it 2 points, I think. This is a whippy market right now. Or should I just, yeah, I'm going to keep it to my original plan, which is move to break even above 75. Let's just do that. If they tag us out, we can always play later. Yeah, let's do that. It's very whippy now, though. You know, we don't want to be just get taken out here by, it's okay. So at least we know this trade, it's not going to be a loser. You know, we had 5 points at risk. Now we got 0 point at risk. So again, coming back here, they may tag us out here. You know, that's okay. And because it's so close to the top of the hour, we're gonna stay cool here for a second, because they may run it down, take those lows out too. So they did that here. Yeah. Frustrating. But that's just part of trading sometimes, you know. They just come and tag you out by a couple ticks, and then they're moving it higher the way you think they're gonna move it. But this day is really, really young. It's only like 26 minutes into the trading day. So we're not gonna let this rattle us. Again, could be doing this again to go take some people higher here and move it lower. So we don't know. Yeah. I can see this being, because right now we had on the 9-minute fair value gap, this could be resistance also for them to move it lower. Glad we took out, just stuck to a plan, which is really what's important in trading. You got to stick to your guns. Stick to the plan that you have, which was above 75, we're going to move it to break even. Right now they come back and tag us out by a couple ticks. which is fine. And if they come back lower, we entertain a short. But right now, we know this area was support, and that's why it's proving to be so far. So they're moving it higher now. Without us, that's okay. They're moving it higher here without us. That's totally fine. Totally fine. Can't get into revenge trading or anything of that nature. So, looking at here on my other chart, 78 could be resistant. I'm gonna step away for one quick second. I'll be right back. Still seeing that back and forth here. So the push down here can happen. And if they flush down here, in hindsight, we'll look and say, oh yeah, that was the best decision to make. I mean, it was still the best decision to make because that was a plan. Above 75, we say, if it cannot go take off above 75, we don't want to be part of this. So they're trying to push it higher. They're trying, but it's 10 o'clock, so it's definitely not a time that you want to trade, because at the top of the hour like this, they're too crazy things. Right now, it looks like they want to push it higher, they want to push it lower. So there's no direction here at the moment. So the order for saying that we're moving higher, but so far direction here, as you can see up here on the top left, they've been ranging. They're ranging in this area. So now they're breaking it higher. So remember, our entry was at 72.25. Be up about 5 points right now. That's okay. So they're pushing it higher, which is fine. Now for us to get engaged here, we would need a pullback towards 75 and a U-turn from there, but looks like they're going straight up here. Market internals, are bullish, definitely. We got tagged out here for 3 points, I think, in this mess, and then we got a break even, got 2 break evens. So we're hitting this trend line, and there's a trend line to the downside here that could definitely serve as resistance. And also this was support, a little bit of mini support here. We may see that come into play as resistance here too. So definitely not too eager to be buying at this level. We would need to see a pullback, come back here to this 75 area and go higher, or we may just see it move down completely here. That's a big wick here on the 30 minutes. Look at how they, sometimes NQ's already showing signs of going lower here. If we go below 8, ES wants to march higher. So ES is marching higher. There you go. There's that push up on ES. Could try along NQ. NQ was a little later to the party here. So we could see a move higher here on NQ as well. Yes, without a resistance level here at 81, 75, 82. But they're pushing higher. There you go. There you go. They're pushing higher. Oh. That's very interesting how ES is kind of punching higher like this and NQ is kind of ranging. To me, I may try an NQ long here. We're going to try an NQ long and see if we can. Hey, looks like we can get a drop here. Definitely would be done trading here if this NQ doesn't work out. It doesn't look like it's going to work out here. Something like NQ, definitely got to give it the room to move. Doesn't look like it's doing what we think it was going to do immediately. See if we can ride this NQ higher here. Honestly, if we make it no high here, above 50 maybe, we're going to move it down. We're going to definitely stop down here. They may come back and tag us out. That's okay, but it will only be 5 points. As we get to 50, we get to 51. Honestly, we're going to move to break even here. It might be a series of break even trades, but we're going to move to break even on the NQ. That's okay. If we get tagged out at break even, that's fine, because we know what they do. They can flush down here easily. So we're targeting 30 points on the NQ. Yeah, we got cancel here. That's fine. That's totally fine with me. Yeah. Okay. That's what we're doing here. Let's look at the big picture NQ here. Yeah, it's right in the middle of that zone. So we may definitely see some selling here. But also, they can just squeeze the sellers. Any questions? Let's see. No questions. No comments. Let me know what you're trading if you're still watching here. So basically, we took 4 trades today. We got three break evens and 1 small loser. About 3 points on the ES. So that's just part of the market sometimes, Hey, when we look at this here, we went long at 72. We went long here. And and then they came back, tag us out. Because above 75, we said, hey, we're going to break even, which we did. They came back to about 3 ticks below. In hindsight, yeah, below the VWAP could have been a safer place to put your stop, but we're targeting that zone to go short, not to go short, to take a profit. And that didn't happen. So we're just I think right now we're in a zone of for selling here, honestly. I think the NQ might be doing that. So good thing we moved to break even. We knew that, hey, if we cannot just move higher fast here, we're probably going to be ranging or go down. So that's what we did. We kind of definitely seeing some selling here. It's not looking at my other chart here, the NQ is kind of in between two zones. So we're definitely selling here. Seeing some selling here is not surprising. We knew this zone was going to be a zone of resistance. There was going to be some sellers up here in the ES, and this is what's happening. Same thing here with the NQ. I mean, I think we'll move our stop to break even because we knew, hey, if you don't have enough strength to just shoot higher here, it's not going to happen. So you can always re-enter. Right now, the NQ this is a pullback to go higher, but just not clear. We'll just have to wait. This market is a market. You got to be patient with it. It's not going to move at the time that honestly, when you look at this here, I was at 42. This thing came back to 25.75. So if I not moved to break even, then we're going to come back and tag me out anyway for loss. So can't complain here. Just go with the plan and see what happens. So we're seeing some selling on the ES here. We may try a short here if that's what's happening here. Let's see if we can try to short this tight stuff here. But I'm gonna go back toward VWAP. That would be a good short. But let's see. Let's right here. We're gonna go short toward VWAP here. There's a VWAP down here at 74. I mean, essentially, if we get taken out here, we'll reach a quarter for the day. As far as see if we can at least manage the trade to break even here. Get below 80, that would be my preference to move down to break even. So I only trade one contract today. One a day like that's too much. See if we can. Mondays definitely can be a little tougher to trade. Because again, this is kind of really finding its footing, trading one contracts and very little short stuff here, you know. Looking at this here, I didn't even realize was 83.50 was my entry. Thought it was 84.25 or something. Stuck into that little range here. Again, if they break it to the upside, we want out. Obviously, we would like them to break it to the upside, to the downside. And see if we can go all the way back down to VWAP. If this doesn't happen here, we'll pack our toys and go home for the day. That might be our last trade here. So we're trying to punch lower here, but some hesitation here. As you can see here, the NQ is just going sideways. If you punch down here, that would be a nice little. Because we whip here like this, I'm gonna reduce my risk to 2 points instead of it was 4. Well, it was like 2.5. So we're gonna reduce our risk to 2 points here. But if we get below 80, you know, I'd like it to sit below 80 at this break even, or even give me another negative bar here. Give me a bar maybe below 81. Yeah, below 81. We could think about moving to break even here. I think we're good here. We'll go back to our original stop, which bad idea. Anyway, all right. So with that said, here I think we're gonna call it the day. We're gonna call it the day here. The whipping market here at the top here. I hope you did better than I did. I got 2 losses and 3 break evens. But again, for a total about 5 points or 6 points actually. 6 or 7 points. It doesn't really matter at this point. It's moving higher. So I think actually maybe I didn't even have a chance to move my stop. I didn't drop it and they tagged me out. Let me see where they tagged me out. Execution. Oh, I got to drop it off to 50. Okay. 3.5. So it's about 7 points total of losses today. 1 contract on the ES. Not too bad. We can definitely look at this and look at it better here. So with that said, we're gonna go cold here for a minute and wait and see what the rest of the day does. that's I hope you're doing better, and good trading. Good luck. God bless. Take care. Bye bye.